This shirt's about as tight as a situation Alexander Ovechkin can put the Capitals in if he leaves. You still not got an intro, you dummy. Stop stalling and get on with it. That joke was really not worth the amount of effort it's going to take to get this off. If you're not here for the hockey, you might as well just stick around until the end. But me trying to take this off, it'll be worth at least 30 seconds worth of entertainment. Nevertheless, moving on to the hockey part of the video, and it is again a Washington Capitals themed topic. I'm not just a Washington Capitals thing, it's just I noticed this on the Hockey News website as I was checking to do my Florida Pants video. I saw this and thought, well, I've just done the Washington Capitals, let's go back and revisit it. The article, which I will try and remember to link below, is basically saying, and allow me to look at this so I don't cock up the headline. The article written was basically saying Alexander Ovechkin to the KHL would be a blessing in disguise for the Capitals. It's been speculated for quite some time that Alexander Ovechkin would in fact go back to Russia to play in the KHL, which is of course his home country and his home league. This article is basically suggesting, and I won't read it out, it's not the point of this video because people are going to speculate about this all summer long until he's actually back in the NHL playing fully, and even then maybe a little bit more speculation, so I will leave that for the professional writers to deal with. Would Alex Ovechkin leaving out in, much like Ilya Kovalchuk with the rule changes and his salary cap no longer counting against the Washington Capitals, actually be better for the Washington Capitals? Definitely help salary cap wise, because that is a 9.5 million salary cap hit annually for the next 7 years off the books, and 9.5 million is a lot of good players, at least 3 top end players that you can get, 3 Olympians you could buy. And that got me wondering, what could you do if Alexander Ovechkin left for the KHL in a hypothetical but yet realistic world? Now, given that Barry Trotz's previous coaching records, I am going to play armchair GM. I have just been hired by the Washington Capitals. Barry Trotz is my coach. He is going to want the same, or a similar type of player to that he had in Nashville, while getting 1 star forward to try and replace Ovechkin's 51 goals he scored this year, or at least get 40 goals. So my task will be to build that team. I'm going to be using a website called capgeek.com. I will link this in the description as well. I'm going to have a little play around with it, and then I'm going to talk you through my decisions as we go along. So as we can see, this is capgeek.com. I currently have the Washington Capitals page up here. If we have a quick scroll, I apologise for the crappy quality of my screenshot. I am doing the best that I can. If we look at the depth chart, this is what we have. I'm currently on the predicted team for 2014-2015, so that's why I cannot see Mikhail Grabowski on this team, because they are assuming he becomes a an unrestricted free agent. Sorry. We need to get rid of Alexander Ovechkin, so we're just going to trade him to Anaheim just to get rid of him. So Ovechkin is now a part of Anaheim, just so he's not on the Capitals roster. So the first thing I want to do with our 24 million is go and sign a goaltender. So the first move we are going to make is going to go ahead and sign James Reimer. We could go after Ryan Miller, but I'm going to try and put a better player, but a team out there in front of the goalies. So we have Braden Holtby and James Reimer in net here. So the first player we're going to go ahead and sign is in fact Ryan Callahan. We're going to sign him to be on that first line right wing alongside Nicholas Backstrom, and then we're also going to go and get ourselves a sniper. And the sniper we are going to go and get, I've talked about in the last video, is going to go ahead and be Marian Gaborik, which will still leave us with about 11 million to spend. So we have signed 3 players on the contracts that they want. Obviously it's going to change a little bit, and we still have around 10 million in cap space left. We've only actually lost 4 million by Ovechkin leaving. This is just an example of how a superstar leaving with a contract like Ovechkin, when you're not winning a championship, isn't actually all that bad. Columbus are doing pretty well without Rick Nash. Atlanta didn't do so well without Ilya Kovalchuk, but we like to pretend that's not happening. Slightly aware that that second line could be improved, but like I said, I want to put a better team in front of the goalie. So what we're going to do is be cheeky and go to Pittsburgh. We're going to go ahead and sign both Matt Niskanen and Brooks Orpik. Yeah, still got 5 million in cap space. We have more defenders than we need. So what we are going to go ahead and do is, once we move Olsner and Carlson together, we're going to put Niskanen and Orpik together. Can you guess who's the next person to move? If you guessed Mike Green to Vancouver, you are wrong. It's going to be Mike Green to Colorado. Paul Stastny. We'll put Paul Stastny in, but you get the general idea. Mike Green for one of these two. Or if we just sign one of these two, regardless, Mike Green can be traded away for further aspects. Now that we have Brooks Orpik and Matt Niskanen, we can make a move for Matt Niskanen to definitely shore up that second line. We would have Niskanen, Stastny and Kuznetsov on that second line. That's not a bad shout. I'm not going to get too much further into this, but the point I am trying to make is the NHL as a whole, Alexander Ovechkin going to the KHL would probably hurt the NHL's brand, because he is one of the most marketable players that they have. But for the Washington Capitals franchise and them moving forward, as you can see here, I think that's a better team than if you have Ovechkin. Just Ovechkin. I mean, just Ovechkin is Callahan, Orpik and Niskanen pretty much. I don't know, that just looks like a better team than was out there last year. I'm not pretending this is what the Washington Capitals should do, but it does address the 5 things I said they should do. Whilst you do lose Alexander Ovechkin, you've traded away Mike Green because you don't need him with Orpik and Niskanen in there. You could get a fair deal back for Mike Green in terms of picks and prospects. So that's how you retool that way. You sign the players that you want. I doubt Gabrick and Stastny are going to cost as much as they're listed there. Callahan wants more. Niskanen deserves more. Ryan will probably want about 2 million. Orpik probably about the same as he's on. I feel that this would be a good lineup for the Washington Capitals should Ovechkin leave, which I hope he doesn't. He's an exciting player to do, but if he does, you never know what is going to happen. I think this would be a decent team for Barry Trotz and the Washington Capitals to go forward with if Ovechkin was to leave today. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. This has not been the most informative video or entertaining video I'll probably ever do. Something a little bit different now. Everyone thinks they're a good armchair GM. I am trying to put my skills to the test. Do check out Cap Geek and have a go with your favourite team. It is very fun. It's a very good website. I am going to be using it a lot more often than I can imagine. It's fun just to have a play around with. It's very adjusting. It's very quick to do everything. You saw I was making everything on the fly. Do check that out. Also go check out the article on Ovechkin going to KHL at the Hockey News website. It's the Hockey News website, thehockeynews.com. And make sure I get that right. Again, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you have had a go at a similar thing with the Washington Capitals or whatever, do let me know what changes you made. Even send me a picture of it up on the screen. I will make sure I look at it. Let me know what changes you would have made instead of me. I imagine quite a few people would go, you still got cat room to sign Ryan Miller. I know, I was playing it safe. 4.5 still allows for some trades to be made at the deadline if we are a contender or a seller. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it and want to see more, please subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll see you all next time. Almost forgot something. God damn it, boys. I think this was a good fit. Swaying so much in this. God. I can't even get my elbows with the arms. Well, I'll get a dodgy look from our neighbours. Oh, he's free. Woo! 6'4". Hey neighbours.